I'm playing Plague Inc. because we're about to talk about a bloody plague. Why are horror movies so bad nowadays? Please, Soma, who you are here, please tell us what you remember about that was good about horror movies back in the day. What did they have that today's horror movies are missing? Soma, do you have the setting? Do you have the setting so they can hear you on your mic? Oh, it's fine. On your mic. All I can tell you is I'm going to enjoy hearing your opinion on modern cinema. But while you're fixing that, I'm going to list a few things of why I think it's bad today. The writing. While you're fixing that, I think one of the things is the writing today's. People are banking too much on nostalgia. I mean, nostalgia is great and all for those who are listening, but you can't just hope, like, I don't know, you bring Jason back and, oh, I love Jason. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. You also, another thing people aren't doing now when it comes to cinemas, they're not coming up with original concepts. I still can't hear your voice, like I said. It's fine, it's probably within your party settings and game settings stuff. I mean, you can leave party real quick and set it out that way while I'm setting things up. Well, while I'm saying the name of the matter. It usually should be in like your party settings.
Yeah, I'm on my party setting right now. I
think it's like everyone here.
Alrighty.
Oh, they can hear you. We can hear you now.
Oh, okay, good. I gotta turn on my mic up. Okay, good. Got a mic up. That work for you?
Yep, that's good. I can hear you.
Okay.
I've got it playing in the background for just a second to hear your voice. So yes.
Okay, then I have to turn my adjust
now
my
that
mic
I
up
listed what I think is wrong, take it away, because I just listed what I think one of the things is, and it should be interesting to hear from someone old who grew up watching some of the great horror movies, hearing what they have to think.
To go on ahead and be directly honest about this whole thing is this. If you're gonna write a freaking horror movie, make motherfucking goddamn sure you do your motherfucking research. Because the old boomers, aka us, we old boomers, is gonna call y'all on the bullshit because it's not quality for us, and we too many know that this shit is not It's not on fucking point. It's not scary. The storyline fucked up. Don't care. No, you get the best motherfucker out there in fucking damn Hollywood. Your shit will go in here and go fucking under, and you is not gonna make no sales in the theaters. I'm just gonna let you know. And this is coming from a person who born in the 90s era and literally go to theaters because one of my friends was a ticket master at one of the theaters, and I always go every time a scary movie come out. I'll be the first one to be in that bitch to go ahead and watch all of the scary movies back in the 90s eras. And believe me, bro, if you two be just thinking about just watching all of the best goddamn freaking horror movies today. I mean, way back in the 90s. Way back to the 90s eras, you would know that these motherfuckers was not damn afraid, not scared, and not afraid enough to go outside the box. To go all in, full throttle in with the characters, the costumes, the characters, and the writings, and the actors.
And here's the other thing. Do you think one of the detriments to today's horror movies, apart from, this is not only one of the things I want to touch on, they rely too much on freaking CGI and not enough on practical effects? Because I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference between something CGI and something, not.
Yes, I will agree on you 100% on that one, sir.
Now take it away. I just thought I'd add another thing to what you were saying, because those are two things that I've noticed in modern thing.
Like I say, I agree with you 100% because I'm in the same boat with you, bro. I'm in the same boat with you because I know that shit too.
You mentioned Terminator earlier. They couldn't hear that. You were saying something about what that Terminator wasn't what they used to. This has nothing to do with what it's story about. Tell them what it was when you first saw it back in the day.
Well, back in the day, that is like the first horror. Folks to be the thing. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all peoples. If any one of you mother lovers too busy to think that the first Terminator movie is an action-packed movie, you are lying to your damn self. It literally was the first horror movie.
It was a horror movie, and then the second one turned to action. But the very first one, when the T-800 came out, and you saw the scale of them, you're just like, oh crap. Shit's gonna get real. Not in an action way. It was run.
Not in an action way. That is pure raw horror, pure rawness, and I still love the crowd. Cause folks too busy don't not realize the second one. Yes, the second one is a action-packed movie Terminator. The first one is a legit horror movie of the fucking Terminator. Now, I would love if they go back to their fucking roots on the first one. Go back to their damn fucking roots. Cause I would sink my gangster teeth into that shit. You do, bro. Kid, you do not understand. I literally got into theaters.
Oh, I understand. I was in the 90s and I saw a lot of older films that have been re-released nowadays. I'm just like, no, you're killing my childhood.
Yeah,
so I get it.
It did kill my motherfucking childhood, but I do understand about that. But it did kill my childhood here and there. Like, come on, don't fuck up the
I can't stand about. Okay, we're gonna bring up a subject here. They haven't released it yet, but even I can tell it's gonna be stupid because they're relying on the story to be on modern day. Candyman. Take it away.
That's what I'm talking about.
So someone like you, nationality, take it away of what you think of what you've seen in the previews of the new Candyman. Do you, I don't know, your opinion of what it's probably going to be and what you've seen?
What I've seen so far, it might be a 50-50 way this shit gonna turn out. It could return good on their end, or it's gonna go deep. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me drink some coffee on this one because I gotta get gangster with this one.
Oh, do please. The first Candyman was gangsta, all the tropes played, and that's what made it good.
Yes. The first Candyman I loved to death.
So go ahead, rip the new Candyman one.
Now with the new Candyman, I'm going to put this in terms. It will be a 50-50 range. it's a 50-50 chance that they could sell in theaters with good profits, or not gonna sell in theaters with good profits. Cause quote unquote, I'm going to the 50-50 territory range. Because it's a 50% chance that somebody will go ahead and go in the theaters and watch the Candyman its damn self and go ahead and get their reviews. To get their own personal opinion about the new Candyman. And you got the other 50% that not gonna go to theaters because they're old school and they're trying to find out, oh, they're gonna keep the identity of the old school Candyman, like the story, like the background story and that kind of type of shit. If the writing point is not on point, please don't do nothing cult classic. Don't do the cult classic and try to bring it into the modern age. Because it's about two things gonna happen. Number one, it might succeed, and number two, it might not gonna succeed.
Is it bad that my money's on the bombing? Because one of the things that modern cinema suffers today is review bombing.
Thank you. That's another one. That's another one to kill their asses is view bombing. Like you just said, view bombers will go ahead and kill a goddamn fucking bug because of the views and the ratings and shit and damn junk.
I can give you a movie that it was a black sheep, and I still don't know how it freaking failed. But this is back in the 90s, okay? The 90s, but this is how powerful word of mouth was. But today I look at it like, this is a cult classic. And I can't think of anybody that doesn't know it. I can give you right now. What was Tyler Durden in? What's the movie that has the character called Tyler Durden?
Damn, I forgot which one that one is.
Edward Norton and Brad Pitt.
Edward Norton and Brad Pitt. Damn, I forgot the name of the movie.
Fight Club.
Huh?
Fight Club.
Oh, Fight Club! Oh, fuck yeah! Come on!
You wouldn't believe it. This is back in the 90s. That movie, if you look at what it sold, and I looked at the figures and did some research on it because, I mean, Fight Club's one of my faves, and it didn't do so well. But it's praised heavily today. And Lord forbid if you touch that. And here's one of the things that's interesting, I noticed this. People would think, well, it's the twist. No, the twist was a story related twist. The twist didn't just appear out of nowhere. That was just something that they just it was foreshadowed the heck even in the very beginning that was going to come. It was more involving competent writing and good acting.
Yes. Now I would agree 100%. I mean, like, yes, Fight Club, I do agree on Fight Club, because I did watch Fight Club. But back then,
I'm referring, if you think back then, well, you're going, why did this not sell well? Word of mouth. Yeah. That's why I'm relating it to review bombing. Even back in the 90s, there was a thing called word of mouth. Like, you go to your friend, dude, this movie's crap. It's crap. It's crap. Yeah, and that's the earliest form of review bombing that we know, that I can think of.
Same here. It depends. It just depends on.
Because back in the 90s, there was no internet. There was no internet. The only way people knew something was bad was if you yourself.
It's word out of the mouth. It got to be word out of the mouth, media, or the magazines.
No, it was more word of mouth because people talked to more people back then. I hate to say it.
I understand that. I do understand your logic and your point of view on it with the word of mouth because that word of mouth is very powerful to any other thing.
Especially in small towns.
Oh, hell yeah, definitely.
Where I come from in small town, that's where I'm trying to get hammered in. Because I come from a small town, and believe me, some movies I've looked years later, I'm like, damn, this was a pretty good movie. And then I'm like, word of mouth. I remember now, people were hating this movie back then.
Don't feel bad. I live in a small town. In my hometown.
It's just.
So I understand about with the voice amount, but here's the crazy thing about my town. Here's the crazy thing about my small town. If any movie come out, I motherfucking goddamn guarantee you, everybody in that damn small town is going in there and watch that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. When they come out of the theater, sure, they're going ahead and they're gonna give out their opinions. It is what the fucking damn is. But one thing for sure, the goddamn sure, you can be knowing that, okay, because I did a lot with my friends. Well, we were doing horror movies. I like, We go to a horror movie because I know the folks. I pretty much I know the goddamn freaking owner. We go in there but the thing is, we go like in closing time and watch horror movies, and we get.
Did you do the South Park trick when you were younger?
What?
The South Park trick, where you paid somebody to get you into the rated R movie?
Oh no! Like I say, I know the manager. I got ties.
I was just saying because that was one of the big things when I was growing up. It's like South Park when the movie was not joking on that trick. There were many people that pulled that trick. Got someone older, paid them money, and that's how you got into the rated R film. And also, one thing horror movies are missing nowadays, where's the sex, ass, and all the nudity and stuff? I'm not saying that to be a pervert or anything. That sells money.
No, be nigga, be you, be honest. Look, you being honest, remember you fucking around with an honest nigga here, okay? So, be honest with the mother, of course, you gotta, look, you need some titties, you need some titties, pussy, and some goddamn sex, and some romance bullshit on the top of that goddamn hard bullshit, do your shit.
Exactly, that's one thing missing from them. I mean, I'm sorry, sex sold. Them titties and stuff sold. There were plenty of men that just went there for that.
Thank you. And
it's like, honey, I love you dearly, but I just want to look at something that's 20 years younger. Just for tonight. Just for tonight, man. Just for tonight. And we all can enjoy it too.
Yes. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. If women want to look at some dick, they would do the same way.
Exactly. Don't go to see the guy get butchered in the horror movie. So it's a two-way street. Fair game.
Yes. It's fair fucking goddamn game.
She's like, yeah, I'm here to see Brad Pitt. It was shirtless.
Of course, like you said, it is a two-way street of how the way you look at the whole situation. It's like shit. If you look, it's like this. If you want to watch something, you're gonna watch it in the theaters. Sure, you want to see something crazy, you're gonna watch it. So by verses. Sure, you're gonna get your opinion here and there and whatnot. So here's what it is.
Uh-oh. What is it? I'm waiting.
Oh. It just depends on how, like, I want to look at this archer. I want to go ahead and go ahead and see this archer getting killed, or how this storyline goes, or to be how everything's be played out. Go for it. Don't be afraid of watching something that you love or to really enjoy. That's all. Sure. If the motherfucker crappy, it's crappy, but it's just your voice opinion, or how it's your own voice and opinion. Or like, damn, this should have did this, this should have did that. Shoot. But I will go ahead and say this: when Candyman go ahead and drop on Netflix, I'm definitely gonna watch that bastard, and I'm going ahead and go ahead and give it my opinion on it. I will making sure that I will do that.
Oh yeah, you can come on this channel and blast it on what you think. Feel free right ahead and blast it. Because I'm just leery of it because it's not one of the things also horror movies suffer from nowadays, and it pisses me the fuck off. I noticed it when I was reviewing Annabelle. Now, the one thing that freaked me out was that freaking crazy porcelain doll.
Oh no! Really?
The porcelain doll.
I cannot believe you did, bro. Bro, I cannot believe you brought anime up. Bro! How the fuck they could fuck that up? How the fuck they could fuck that one up?
No, what got me was the porcelain dolls. If you're afraid of porcelain dolls of work real tell, you have a reason to be afraid of them stupid porcelain dolls. So it's just like, get off the screen. Get off the screen. Please get up. That was the scariest thing to me, was the freaking porcelain doll.
Bro, you know you're talking to a southerner. You know that, right? Who have dealt with those before.
And I've told people, I was like, that's not just it. It's the fact that those old dolls were made with real people's hair.
Bro, folks don't realize, like, here's the thing. I should know this as like I say, I'm from the South. I'm from Haynesville, Alabama. And let me tell you this. If you have a porcelain doll, you have a legit porcelain doll.
Like from the 30s.
Like around, like, let's say, like 20s, early 20s, in early 30 categories, and up to, I'm gonna say 20s to 50 category. To the early 20s to 50 categories, You do not, and I will repeat, you do not want to be no fucking where about those motherfuckers. Because it's like this. Having one of those is asking for trouble.
And
you're asking for misfortune.
And when I found out that what the real Annabelle was a Raggedy Ann doll, I nearly just was like, what? The most non-scary thing. I'm sorry. They made Annabelle in that horror movie more terrifying than the freaking real thing. And that's sad.
Yes.
Because that thing is, to me, is terrifying, our freaking porcelain dolls. If you know how they're made, and you know the history of porcelain dolls, you're just going to look at like, please stay away. So, that's where Annabelle succeeded. One of the things it flunked at was it relied too much on jump scares. I'm just going to use Annabelle because I just saw that the other day. And I enjoyed it only because I reviewed both of them, and I made a parody on, like, you know, the religious part. But the thing was, the porcelain dolls scared me, and the very first one did it good, because you got all the pretty nice ones, and you put Annabelle right in the center. I'm like, please just get rid of those. Get rid of those.
Yeah.
Get rid of those.
Look,
that relies on...
I could deal around with a Chucky, dog. I could deal around with a Chucky. I could fuck with Chucky. I could fuck around with a Chucky. I could deal around with the Puppet Masters mugs. Shit, I could goddamn deal around with. I could even deal around with Jigsaw shit. But come down with an anime doll? Hell, fuck, no.
And here's the funny thing about Annabelle. What you got?
And I'm gonna tell you.
I'm going to tell you one thing they did good on that, is they didn't rely on jump scare horror. No, it was all psychological horror, the very first one, because everybody knows a porcelain doll. So it was bloody terrifying to see that kind of porcelain doll. That's one thing I can tell you that they did good on.
Because they did, look, I'm going to tell you why they did good on that one. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm not told nobody about this. They did some dark research on porcelain dolls. They're old enough to do that. They're old enough to go on ahead and do that to the psychological, to overkill psychological mental stage mind frame.
I mean, they didn't do no Saw. They just knew it because everybody's seen a porcelain doll.
I know. It's not like Saw, but they did. What I'm trying to say, in other words, is they did their fucking heavy research to get that anime, like the anime doll, that doll, her, like it is, for psychological terms. When I saw that shit on everything, it do trigger a psychological defense mechanism. A defense mode in your brain cells, like, get that shit away from me. Like,
so, if we're talking modern horror, would you say Annabelle is kind of one of those, it's lightning in a bottle because it somehow got something that, you know what I mean, is relatable, that we all see, and it's not like Jason or something, it's lightning in a bottle compared to modern cinema. The very first Annabelle.
Yeah, it's like almost a glass cannon with her. Almost like almost like a glass cannon with her. Almost, but she almost, the anime, her, she was very close to the original. She's very close. She's very close to be like the original one, the original movie itself. That I'm not gonna lie about.
So, okay, here's another question involving horror. What do you think of how Hollywood's relying on going back to older movies, just rebooting them or getting the older actor to come back and all that stuff? I find it dumb because even if you bring the original actor back, it's not going to help you if you have a bad script.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to be honest with this one too as well. If you're going to bring back old actors and the script is not on point, what's the point in hiring them? You just wasting fucking money. You just waste your money for bullshit. Really? Really? Like, if you're gonna be hiring an actor, you have to pay the actor of how much money they want to do your fucking damn role. By motherfucking budget. Point blank and period. Second of all, an actor can turn you down if the script is not on point, because they got a fucking right to do so. bringing an old school actor to trying to play a goddamn role they played so many years ago into this damn role, and they're looking at your fucking goddamn script, read the script for how many goddamn freaking goddamn time, and the shit's not on point, they're gonna turn you the fuck down. And with the damn rebooting bullshit, if you're gonna do a reboot, please making goddamn sure enough when you do your reboot, making goddamn sure enough that you end up doing your research, and you end up making sure enough that you have multiple scripts on deck going to you. So just in case one script don't fucking work for your ass, another script will motherfucking do. Damn. Learn what your strong points. If you learn your strong points and you got weak points, fix those weak points so you can have yourself a fucking better script. Don't try to goddamn like, oh, I'm gonna go halfway. Oh, I'm gonna go halfway with the script. No, go full way with the damn script. That's when you gotta have to take months. You gotta have to take days, weeks, months, and years to order enough to go ahead and do a script. So fucking damn be it. So you have a decent script. You gotta have yourself a decent movie, and the decent movie will go ahead and sell the fuck out.
Yep.
That makes a lot of damn sense with you, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Because like it is pointless for you.
It's pointless to bring an actor that's, even if it's been 20 years, for them just to bank on nostalgia. And this is another thing I hate about modern cinema when it comes to horrors, is you're banking too much on nostalgia. And I would like to hear your opinion on this. What would you like it if freaking cinemas took a risk and decided to go outside the box? By outside the box, I mean
if they do that,
come up with new
ideas,
outside
and think outside the box.
Okay. I mean, an actor a scriptwriter comes up like, hey, I got a new idea for a movie. This horror, and I'm going to introduce this kind of thing. Would you be willing to do it? You know, some of the studios just turn down those writers point blank. And I look at them like, why?
I'm gonna be like this. Because this is the problem. Yes, I will go ahead and admit. The problem with the modern day movie industry is
Nightcore brings up something interesting too. He wants in the horror movies something to be terrified of. Like then when the guy comes up, oh, you're terrified. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Example: the first Terminator is an example. When Terminator showed up and he had been built up for a while, you're just like, and then the skin blows off in the 1800s scales. That's even more horrifying.
Yes.
Or the very first Predator movie.
Yes.
The first one.
That. Yes. Now that's pure horrifying at your you about to take a shit. You about to shit on yourself, horrified.
So would you like to, as my one guest says, like to see them bring back, oh God, I really should be afraid of this thing. It's actually more,
realistic.
Well, no, it's as he said, something that you can be scared of.
Oh,
I relate to Annabelle doll because it's so grounded. I see those dolls everywhere, and just what they did with it was terrifying. What if they built like something like a newer Jason, where it's just mentioned passively? Boom, he appears like, holy crap, things are gonna go bad. Now I'm terrified.
Of course. Now, here's the thing: if they do think outside the box, they do bring in new people to go ahead and bring in new scripters, have them do their own scripts, have a sit down, have them look through the damn script and see which works for their asses. Yes, they can goddamn could do some damage. But the problem is, these motherfuckers are too goddamn scared enough to go and think outside the damn box.
Also, Warner Brothers or any other big studio turns them down when somebody brings up a good idea.
I would agree. I so fucking agree on you on that.
Which is why they have to go to the indie department. And some indie movies have gotten some big actors in them. Believe it or not,
yes,
Robert Pattinson, for all you hate him on Twilight, he's done some good indie films.
Yes.
And they were publicized because they're an indie film. And indie films allow people to think outside the box because I can name an indie.
Here's the thing about what the indie. Look, this is the thing about the indie. Okay, this is about any movie theory. Inside of any movie area specialties, they not afraid enough to think outside the fucking damn box. They never be afraid enough to think outside the box and goddamn go full throttle deep in on your ass. and bring in new goddamn, bringing new creativity into the storylines and whatever. Now these big shotters, these motherfuckers too busy hiding behind the damn desk and trying to play it fucking damn safe. Stop playing motherfucking safe, motherfuckers.
You ever
Give
notice
these
something,
motherfuckers what they want.
Soma? Tubi
Yeah.
and some places like Sci-Fi Channel, back when Sci-Fi was still a thing, have better movies because they were low budget and they have to. Also, another thing that's interesting about indies is they're usually low budget, and because they're low budget, they have to think outside the box. They know they don't have money for CGI or something like. They have to think outside. They have to literally limit their toolkit, and that's what makes it interesting.
Like Kung Fu Theory.
Well, just like anything. Like, did you know the movie Primer? Well, I haven't actually seen
Yes.
it, but time travel. Did you know they spent
Yes.
almost all their money on the script to make sure everything lined up? They wanted to work on the script only, and then they hired actors, and then they did. That's why the location thing is so dang small. It literally takes place in 3 spots because they didn't have they were limited on money. Hey, Sega Lover. Hey, Gomez and them. And Gomez brings up one of the Nightforce brings up a good point. It's like how he hates how some show like the guy can take something and still be standing. Like that doesn't make sense. For example, I'll point to the new Halloween movie. Why is Michael Myers, who's supposed to be like 80 years old, able to get hit by a car
still breathing
and still stand?
Bro, he's old.
And you showed he was
needs
in a
to be-
nursing home.
Bro, he is old. He's supposed to be retired years of goddamn ago, cuz he old. What you to be an old goddamn old fart till we go down and kill him goddamn spring. Bro, he got arthritis up the ass. Come on with it. That done it. Shit.
Oh, what's your opinion of the new It movie, even? With what they did to that?
Which one? It 1 or It 2? Which one we talking?
Just the It in general, because both of them were like trying to do.
Oh my gosh.
How they didn't they do Pennywise dirty compared to what he was in the original?
Oh my god. I just wanna find them motherfucking bitch slap them. I just wanna find the person who too be did this shit and get him just go ahead and put some baby powder on my hand and bitch slap he or her for doing him dirty. Pennywise got fucking ass. Got anal-fied because of this. If you ever see a clown getting raped, that's Pennywise.
Hey, I thought that was
That's
Scary
Pennywise
Movie
for you.
2, that parody one where the clown tries and it didn't work so well for him.
Shit. Come on with it. It make the violator look goddamn good. Then Pennywise. God damn. Yes, I brung on spine. Yes, the fuck I did. Any motherfucker.
But he's a clown. It's a clown.
Way.
That's exceptional. Violator's
Yes.
a clown. So go ahead. Pennywise is a clown. He's supposed to be scared.
Yes. But
Is it sad
why
they
you
took away
fucking...
Ronald McDonald statues because people were so scared of the new Pennywise? I'm like, why?
Bitch! Ronald
What
McDonald
happened?
has been here. Look, Ronald McDonald has been here for damn years. Bitch, each time I'm looking at that damn statue, I was about to say, bitch, you did do some killing over the years, did you, bitch?
But we know your statue ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Bitch, your statue. No, it's that folks that's, you know, the folks got those goddamn fear of clowns. Clownophobe. But,
Hey,
nobody don't have that much.
I know some people who will not go to the circus because of that phobia, which is fine because most of them saw It by accident, the original It, when he turned that dang
Yep.
spider. And that's how some people even got arachnophobia, I know. They're afraid of spiders or clowns because of that movie.
Of course. When I saw the first book, yeah, like when I saw the first It, I mean, like, I'm looking, I'm like, damn, they did homie dirty. I mean, like, they're running a train on him, bro.
Here's another
Run a
thing.
major
What do you
train.
think of when they tried to do, and probably bombed, was the Freddy Krueger remake? They tried to... I mean, I will harp on it only because the premise was good, what they were doing with it, but you tried too hard to be like the original actor. That was the problem.
Why bitches trying too hard? Stop trying fucking hard on doing things you got no fucking business to do. It's pointless.
if you're going to take that character, take it in a new way and make it your own version, you know what I mean? Your own spin on it. And it works always better.
Don't steal from the oldies, you dickbag. Because the boomers gonna see this shit. The boomers gonna call your ass out. If you're gonna do something, do it fresh, go brand new with the bullshit. Go brand new with it. Do your own spin, like you say, do your own spin on how he's supposed to be working and the mechanics and the whole 9 yards. Don't not trying to stick to his goddamn, stick to the old writings and his old ways. No, this is a new era. Bitches want to see new things.
Oh, we still want our tits and ass and sex. Quit taking that shit out. I will harp on that. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like a perv, but no, that's one thing they've been taking out horror movies. I'm like, where did that go? People
look, I understand, look. Because titties, look. Dick and titties and sex, and drugs, and liquor, sales, bitch. Yeah, I'm saying.
Hey,
they sell.
And what also made it funny was, if someone was smoking pot, it was like a red flag. You dead. You dead. And that's also, that made it funny too, because you could shit on drugs to a degree. And, I mean, not saying not drugs are bad, but it made it funny because they made that trope.
Of course.
I mean, like, for God's sakes, if you're fat, you were dead. If you're this, you were dead. In horror movies. I can tell you a movie that did something.
It's like showing you who will be an easy target to kill, and which one is not going to be an easy target to kill. It's like pick your fucking poison situation. Pick your poison. Should I go ahead and kill somebody that could go ahead and outrun me or outthink me, or kill somebody that's slow or dumb?
Oh man. So like, this is hilarious because like I've wanted to talk about horror movies without somebody like, you know, like just relating, because I really hate some things about modern cinema. Is just like, will you quit banking on nostalgia? It's just one of the dumbest things. For example, I'll tell you one movie that is an oldie, but they did their own spin on it, and it turned out really good. It may have been mishmashed, but I could see it was doing something. The Friday the 13th remake, the Jason movie. That came out like in the aughts. They didn't try to, you know what I mean, impersonate anything. They tried to, I wouldn't say go full original. They kept everything that was Jason intact. They gave you everything they wanted, and you know, people memed on it because it was another Friday the 13th movie. There were so many of them, but nowadays you can look back and like, God damn it, why can't they do that for remakes nowadays?
Of course, I mean, like, because people are too goddamn scared enough to open their ass cheeks. They're too scared enough to go ahead and open up the doors, and too scared enough to try to think outside the nigga ass box and try to do things or something brand new. That's all. Nothing more and nothing less.
For God's sakes, you don't even need to do some stuff brand new. We already just told you. Some people only go just for the... On the West, we'll sleep on the couch, but we only go for that. Some people do.
Of course.
You don't even need to full rely on that.
Shit, come on with it. Like, folks to be go to horror movie for for 2 reasons.
To forget about life and to see something entertaining.
That too. Then good, now I'm bringing up, it's really 3 reasons, but I'm not gonna bring up the 3rd reason.
I could say another thing of the third, but that's one of the things. Oh,
okay,
Libra is here.
What I miss?
No,
nothing too much.
Nothing too much. We're talking about
and chiming in the chat.
We were talking about the bad things of the horror movies and what's so wrong with them now and how. Oh, we can hear you. Oh, Libra disappeared, I think. We were me and someone were just talking about what horror movies are doing wrong in the genre and why it's suffering. And why...
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes.
That's the topic. We're shitting on...
the volume's not up. Oh shit. I thought my mic died.
No, we can hear you. It's
we can hear you.
One of the things what do you think that horror movies suffer from nowadays? Not wokeness. No. What they're missing that they had before. We already told them what I say. We said they don't want to go original. They want to play everything too safe and all this other stuff. Hell, how did you make? Did you
here's
see my
another
comment?
problem with the
Why
with
does the
horror
remake of Freddy
aspect.
look like he got plastic surgery? Damn!
By the way,
Damn.
I did you see my comments in the chat or no?
Yeah, I was
This
reading
one.
chat. That's why I was answering Golbez and some of you guys' questions. We were bringing up passively and we were talking about some of them. So, yeah, don't worry.
Okay, I want to make sure because for some reason, Too Black Too Strong could not see my comments yesterday.
It was probably a glitch or something. It's fine. That was yesterday. Worry about today. Day by day.
Yeah. Take it one day at a time.
Well,
Situation.
here's the problem with the horror thing. They do too much blood and gore too. I noticed that there's not enough scare factor. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, jump scares. They do
That
too many
scared the
jump
bejesus
scares.
out of me. Not enough jump scares.
I
They need to
understand.
put that back.
Well, yeah, me and Kia was talking about that too as well. They do need to bring back the jump scares, and that you can be jumping out your ass cheeks, or be
Be afraid
back
of
the scare.
it. Just don't go in
Be
there.
a fucking.
Don't go in there
Go in
expecting
there
a jump
go ahead and
scare.
kill. Go ahead and whack somebody and think somebody not gonna get scared of the mud. No, you need one that do like one of the pop up scared bitches. Like, do yourself a pop up every like say 1 to 5 minutes on a bitch. Okay, that's go ahead and enjoy some motherfucker. Somebody would enjoy that. I would enjoy that shit. So, my god.
Yeah, one of them asked, why did Freddy Krueger remake look like he had to have plastic surgery? Because they didn't use the budget properly, probably.
Oh.
The
man.
funds, depending on what the to be main focus on to do, and what money left over, they gotta squeeze off every last nickels and dimes off that shit. That's all.
So what were some of the great horror movies that you can remember that aren't mainstream that scared the crap out of you that you would recommend to the audiences? That's go look
one?
up.
What? I don't try about.
You Soma.
It is.
There's gotta be some horror movies that when you were young. I can name one. It was this movie with dolls. I can't think of it right now. It was just like a bunch of normal dolls, porcelain dolls. That gave me something to be freaking terrified of. What's one of yours? Or arachnophobia.
I do have one, but nobody has never heard about this movie before. I think nobody not heard about this. But is, to be honest, Midnight Meat Train was the first one actually got me into the horror game. Like literally like getting deep into the horror, like the blood and guts range, because of the aspect of how the motherfucking Hail Marys of this goddamn person is to be doing all of this shit on the fucking subway. Like on a subway fucking damn train. All damn mugs. Like,
Oh man.
Even Freddy has his issues. Does a boomer become a killer? Damn. Exactly, I can see that too. How does an 80-year-old man, like, have old Jamie Curtis, but they're supposed to be like the same age, get up for shotgun stuff like he's still young and like in bodybuilding? I mean,
like,
there's a second reason people like the Saw movies too. It mainly had to do with a lot of stuff like they put everything that we just said in there, the guilty pleasure wise. The original ones. I know people, even Final Destination. I know people who did not go. Well, I've always said the first Final Destination was always the most grounded because, for God's sakes, how many people have been pumping iron in the gym when nobody's there and all of a sudden the weight will fall on you?
hell yeah! I mean, like, it's just depending on who. Now, Final Destination, I love the Final Destination franchise because it depends on who getting whacked. Because you would never know who gonna get killed.
And the ways they did it were always creative too. That was another thing.
Hell,
Talk about the tanning bed.
Oh, I love the tanning bed scene.
The tanning bed was the reason why, like, oh god, I hope tanning beds don't glitch out. If you work at a tanning
What's the
bed
horror movies that are involved a shark? Is it Man-Eater?
That's Jaws.
That's Jaws.
Jaws. Yeah,
That's
I like
Jaws.
Jaws. I
Oh,
like
that's
Jaws.
Jaws.
Please don't. Jaws. That's actually another thing that thinks. Jaws really was. The shark wasn't really actually much seen in it. It was build up. Anytime you
Yes.
heard that movie, you knew Jaws was nearby and something was gonna happen, but you never saw it until like the big payoff comes off. That's another thing I'm missing about movies.
Yes, when it's lurk on your ass. These big time movie theaters now these days not lurking on motherfuckers no more. Jaws did it. Jaws do like I sneak up on your motherfucking ass and surprise your bitch ass. Now I fuck with it. I fuck around with Jaws because I watched literally like the original Jaws. Holy shit! You talk about you get a payoff, you got your payoff. It worked every last goddamn money to sit in that theater and watch motherfucking Jaws.
Is this gonna be bad that I saw a monster movie that was clearly a parody of Jaws, Meg? And I was
No.
laughing my head off because I thought it was hilarious and a funny take on Jaws if it was to be meant to be a parody or an homage. Because there were clearly some Jaws moments and I was laughing so hard. I was like, this is hilarious! Like, I never knew I needed a bad monster movie to take an old horror movie and take a spin on it that makes it funny.
Mm-hmm. Shoot.
Let's also admit, why is it people are afraid to kill certain ethnicities in most movies nowadays, too? That always pisses me off. What happened to that trope? I mean, that trope was fun. There was a reason that trope existed.
Yes.
I mean, the Asian guy was gonna die halfway through the movie. Like, oh, he Asian. Oh, he's smoking pot. He dead. He deader than that.
Oh, cool.
Or the smart guy.
I mean, like, okay, like, yeah, that's something else. Like, come on, like, it will show you, like, okay, if somebody died, you will be known with the possibility what the next bitch gonna be. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science to go ahead and find out what the next bitch is gonna get smoked.
It's funny too. Because it would be funny.
But it's fun as fuck.
You'd be like, I was right. I was right.
I was bitch damn right about this motherfucker. It's like this is why I love going back. I love to go ahead and go back and just watch the Mother Loafers. Cause it's like a guessing game. Like these horror movies, like these old horror movies, yeah.
How many Tubi movies? The Tubi movies I've seen, there were a few I was like, I did not see that coming. Because you took something that I was like, what? And it's just interesting. How does a small Tubi that has like Also, I do enjoy those commercial breaks. Perfect timing on when they come on those horror movies too. But how does like those indie movies do it way better than a freaking AAA, and they go on a live stream service like Tubi and probably make a ton of money? Warner Brothers.
Oh, cool.
How are some of these people?
Of course. Yes. You need to hire some of these goddamn people to do your goddamn movies, and other goddamn movie companies need to do this exact same motherfucking things, so they could go ahead and literally go ahead and say, okay, then I'm going ahead and hire you, do this script here. You got a certain day of the deadline to go ahead and do what the woo. Let brand new motherfuckers come on in and goddamn do some damn script, so you can have yourself some banging ass movies.
And hey, what's your opinion on Hollywood not liking to bring new blood into anything?
Because they're stuck in the old ways.
No, what's your opinion on that? Do you think they should start bringing in new blood, new actors?
They need to bring in. No, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna be straight up honest about this.
Go with it. This is why horror movies are bad today. This is the lesson. Take it away. This is unfiltered.
Okay. Oh, good.
That's how the history lessons are. What you hate about them, say it. I've been saying it the whole time. What they're lacking in everything.
All right. Okay, Tom.
The young blood concept. What's your take on that?
With the young, bring them in. Open the floodgates. Open the fucking floodgates. Bring every motherfucking body. If these are young bucks, bring them in. Young actors, young goddamn people who got talent and skills enough. Bring them motherfuckers in, work for your motherfucking damn asses. And let them do these scripts, and let them do the actors, and let them go on ahead and do background, do the costumes, and do whatever they goddamn do, so y'all can make some damn decent ass fucking movies. Because the movies y'all throwing, these movie industries throwing out now these damn days ain't pleasing anymore. It sucks.
And
It
the actors,
sucks.
in your opinion, the actors.
If they're gonna do actors, please making sure to know that you have yourselves decent actors. We're going ahead and do a fucking role, do a decent role. Don't bring in, if you're gonna bring in an old school motherfucking actor, treat that he or her with some motherfucking highly damn respect, and don't treat them old school fucking actors with highly motherfucking respect, because they did their roles throughout many motherfucking years. Don't treat them like dirt, because when you do, all hell gonna break loose. That I will go on here and say about that. You do the same thing with young bucks. Treat them motherfucking respect as well, motherfucking true. Don't look down on that motherfucking ass, because they should be working for your motherfucking ass and doing these scripts and doing all this whatever you goddamn motherfucking got to do and trying to make this motherfucking goddamn movie. Also, come down with the motherfucking damn budget. Make motherfucking sure to know you have over enough money for your motherfucking budget. So you don't have to shortcut yourself on these motherfucking, oh, we gotta keep this and we gotta let this shit go stuff type of situation. Cause that's another motherfucking problem they fucking having. Because them bitches don't not know how to financial their fucking budget. Oh, we're gonna have $1 million budget. This gonna take us in. No,
Well,
bitch.
there's
You wanna have...
Stop giving them either too much money or too less money. That's one of the big problems they have. You need to literally say, I don't know, here's $50,000. Here's the actors, here's $50,000. Do something with the effects and stuff.
Of course. I mean, like, try to balance what I'm trying to say, you know?
Yeah, you give them a budget to balance.
Balance the budget. If they could balance the budget, all movie industries could just balance the budget on how this shit goes. This is what they do. This is how the movie industry can make their revenue. It's this. Let the movie industry pick their actors. Get the actor what kind of actor they want to get, and let the people who do the script let them do the script. Let them also with the movie industry get the actors and how much the budget they want. You go to the goddamn writers. Let them know, it's like, okay, this is how much our budget is. I need you to go ahead and write such and such and such. Can you do this in a such and such in a day, in a couple of weeks, couple of months, or a couple of years? Just get, like, let these motherfuckers know in heads up in advance. Don't let them know sooner than later. So because the last thing you don't want to do is then your deadline, then the deadline is motherfucking overdue because their ass is fucked up on their end.
Here's another opinion I got. I mean, I know it's not a horror show, but I can tell you, what do you think of would you like to see what Supernatural, when the first 2 seasons pulled off, the Monster of the Week thing, where they actually built up the dang thing? Would you like to see that come back in horror shows, if they ever made an episode, and keep it episodic format? Don't try to keep a big story arc. Keep something simple, like, it's Find My Dad, but that's in the background. Every episode was, the first 2 seasons was a Monster of the Week.
Yes, I understand, and that could do that too as well. Bring something, like, if you're gonna do something like that, bring it. Like, bring it to the table, bring something brand new, something that has never been done before, which I do love about how the way they did it. Now, if you can bring that concept back, then kudos for
the first
their
2 seasons is what I'm referring to, because the first 2 seasons, here's the funny thing, I bet people didn't notice it, but if you look on the back of of your DVD case or whatever, there were multiple writers. Every episode almost had a different writer. Unless it was going to be a 2-parter, every episode was a different writer. And that's what made it so interesting, in my opinion. The first 2 seasons are like an enigma. Because
of the single fact that they don't have the same writer being writing this. They have different writers was too busy writing these mug. That's why I enjoyed season 1 and enjoyed season 2 to the T, because it's not the same writers writing this. It's different writers doing their own goddamn doing their own thing.
Plus, they did their research, the writers. Every time they come up with a monster, if it's going to be based off something else, let me do some research on the Indian burial ground things. Gotcha. Okay, let's go with it.
Of course. Because they don't want to fuck up. You fucked up, you fucked up. You do research on this bullshit, you be know what kind of rap you want to go on ahead and go for. Not the other way around. Don't, like the old saying, don't walk in the situation blindfolded. You won't walk away in that bitch with no blindfold at all.
I mean, Libra, your opinion on more? When it comes to writing, do you think they need to fire... I also think they need to hire writers that aren't afraid to take chances.
Same here.
For God's sakes, put more swearing.
Yeah.
Unfilter your cast. Quit tongue-tying them to either stay to a PG-13 rating. Go full tilt R.
Yes, please do.
I haven't seen a horror movie that's been rated R for the longest time.
I want those back.
Same.
Because
you're not the only one.
Because that's when they put
them
all the
R-rated movies are the shits, and they're always going to be the fucking shit because it's raw. It's fucking pure rawness. I want pure rawness back.
As long as they're not melded with putting woke or into this other crap agenda they got, most of the time those rated R movies usually turn out good. Deadpool.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That was a case of studio meddling where Fox was trying to put their foot down, and Ryan Reynolds and the writers, all of them, said, no, we want rated R or we won't make the film.
And they got the fucking rated R.
And they got what they wanted because they literally said, they put their foot down. They're saying, nope, we'll walk off the project and you'll lose everything.
Because the thing, in fact, they went on fucking strike. The fuck you mean? It's like, oh, I don't want this mother PG-13 because it'd be PG-13, nobody not gonna come to it. It's Deadpool, in God's sakes.
Exactly, and they were all... damn it! So, I'm just bringing Deadpool into the example of a perfect example because that was one where the writers and the whole production team put their foot down against the studio, and yeah, even today, yes, they put their foot down against the studio. I know it's unheard of in today's world, but they did. And that's why
First
you have...
First of all, here's the thing with Deadpool. What Deadpool was doing Deadpool, I have highly respect because they're singing the fact that they're staying up. They stand up to their goddamn to their movie industry, saying like, I'm not touching this shit. I'm not doing no PG-13. Give me an R rating. You don't give me an R rating for this damn movie, we dropping everything.
Exactly.
No deals. No fucking dice.
Once they took the risk,
they stuck to their guns.
They made the money.
They stuck to the guns. They stuck to their goddamn guns. And they hold the fuck up until they get that R. They got that R rated. Hell yes, everything be motherfuckers smooth saying, okay, we're going ahead and get this shit done. We got the R rated. We good. We in green light. Shit. Folks not gonna do shit.
You wanna hear
Folks
another movie?
Not gonna do.
You would never guess the studio did this, but they took a risk because they made so much money. And they took a risk, and this is why even today people will go see their movies, even if it's that Pixar. The Incredibles. I bet you didn't know that was the first movie that, or you probably do, that was the first movie they used humans, and that was the first movie that they decided to go PG. I mean, that scared the producers like, wait, what? PG? It was like, yeah, do it. And it was, and they greenlit it because at the time they just, and I think they did Finding Nemo, which, God, that made cuckoos of money. So they were going, they could afford to take the risk. And
because
one of the things,
the bank rolls. Look, as long as people go to the theaters, and long as the revenue of how much they make and those theaters, and how much those tickets are to be and so on, how much money is coming to their asses, they can make more risks. They can roll the dice.
And this was the funny thing. They took a risk with that because they had the money at the time, but also the guy who wrote it had his way in. But there's a whole bunch of funny behind-the-scenes stuff that I know of it, was they were scared of that. Finding Nemo would come out, they got that, but Pixar to this day has the credit where that wasn't written mainly for the kids. That was written for, they went the first Shrek route. No, this is written for adults. I mean, don't you remember the scene in Incredibles 1 where he's sitting in a dead-end corporate job and you just hate it? I'm like, oh yeah, I can relate to that. Like,
yes. Yes. Life lessons, motherfuckers, life lessons. Like depressed as fuck, working 9 to fucking 5, niggas.
So, there's a bunch of hilarity stuff that like that's a prime example that I use. Like they took a risk and it paid off, and I wish they would do that, but that was one of the ones where the studio freaked out, but they could afford it at the example. Unlike Deadpool, where you know, Fox was having it, where they had no, the guy's like, can I just take a risk? And they're just like, ooh, we just got. And one of the things that Pixar didn't know, that was the first movie to go fully human animated.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, a lot of stuff, but it is interesting, and that's probably why Pixar movies are still like today. The only one that hasn't aged well is Toy Story 1, but Toy Story 1 was the showing that can be done.
Yes, that can be done.
Pixar, keep doing what you're doing, because at this point you haven't even done remotely any shitty movies, so keep it up.
Oh, they're hit and miss on some of them, but they do
Most
know.
Most of them, they're bang on.
But
Majority.
the ones where they want to bank on, you can tell when they bring a writer in that they want to, when some writer's like, okay, I want to aim this Pixar movie for adults and kids. Where adults can see us and laugh their head off. I point to example, the first one that I remember doing that, and I was much older at the time, and I had stopped following certain movies, was the first Shrek movie. You know how they got that? They marketed it with the hell out of Smash Mouth music, which was banking at the time, and they put a shit ton of adult humor in the time. Like, do you know how many in the window jokes the very first Shrek movie has?
Oh, a lot.
So many.
There are so many. The first two have an insane amount of those type of jokes, and they're hilarious.
They should have cut off support after Shrek the Third, because yeah.
No, but I'm just referring to in general. I mean, that's something that I think animators and just in general some people need to bother to put into consideration. Yeah, we're not just taking our kids to the movies. It's also false because there are kid horror movies. I like it when they try to appease to both sides. You know, not full tilt, but they'll go, okay, we know adults are coming to these movies too. Let's throw in something that they'll get. And they flow over the heads to it.
Oh, by the way, they're gonna turn Goosebumps into a more adult-rated movie now.
Please do, because I'll tell you one reason why that's horror related.
I'm not sure if you were aware of that. They are planning to do that.
If they do that, bring me Slappy. Bring me Slappy, the crazy homicidal doll.
They better.
I swear to Jesus, if they do that bullshit, it's on. It's fucking on and popping.
I will recommend that to anybody if you bring back some of those old school things.
Actually kill somebody.
Yeah, you're restricted because of the TV show during the day, but if you can go full tilt, make it adult, holy crap, imagine what they do with Slappy and some of those other monsters that were in those things.
Oh my god.
Like the Scarecrow. Or the monster under your bed.
Monster on the bed, classic. Very classic.
So I'm just saying, they're gonna the amount of tropes that are in the old Goosebumps things that were taken there to extremes, and those books are dark. If they could take them and use them in an adult fashion, I would love it.
No, it's just like, look, it's like if you taking like the old motherfucking Goosebumps, transform into a brand new adult content for the adults to go ahead and watch it. It's like Alice in Wonderland, but the reverse of Alice in Wonderland in Goosebumps territory range.
I'll tell you one thing, you know who's gonna go see that audience. That ain't gonna be younger, it will all be older people like our generation, below 30. 8 people in the 30 ranges are gonna go see it.
I'll go see Goosebumps.
That will be your big primary audience, and you better not mess it up. Because a lot of people gonna go, I remember Slappy the doll. What, they're gonna near here word of mouth again. Wait, Slappy's in it? Don't tell me what happens, I gotta go see it. I gotta see Slappy.
Yeah, bitch, I gotta see that. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up, don't spoil this shit to me, bitch. I'm going, bitch.
If you don't see it yet, but someone says Slappy or like one of those classic monsters you like in there, and they don't give you any context, go, the doll's in there. That's all you need to know to go get your money, right?
Bitch, time me go to the Ticketmaster, get me a fucking ticket. I'm gonna see what time with the early one comes. I'm gonna be up in that bitch, sitting and watching this hoe. Like, bring that, like, if they're gonna bring something, if they're gonna bring Goosebumps like that and bring it to the adult mode, do that bullshit. Please do that bullshit so I could go ahead and see how they're gonna turn out.
I want to
Shoot.
see Slappy possess somebody and do the thing with an adult where they make the head turn all the way around.
Oh, that'd be insane.
That's gonna be psycho. That's gonna be some
That'd be
goddamn.
insane. I would love to see
And
that.
you really do make him a serial killer doll.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not wanting to Chucky route. I also want the monsters that were in the show. Like the clock
Yeah,
tower
Brandon-
thing and that. I'm just using Slappy because Slappy always stuck out to me as a kid.
Yeah, Slappy always stuck out for me too.
Plus, he
I mean,
always
like-
was snarky. That also made it
Of
funny.
course, I love his snarkiness. He's snarky and devious at the fucking same damn time. The fuck?
You're gonna mess your life up and make it funny as well. He was like the kid version of Freddy Krueger.
Thank you! Thank you! Yes, he is a kid version of fucking Freddy Krueger.
Because he's gonna make your life a living heck, and he's gonna snark off at you the whole dang time.
Yes.
Yep.
Hell fucking yes. He will snark on your ass.
Let's not
And
forget,
I-
wasn't there one with dogs? A Goosebumps story where they had dogs in it too, or like something went wrong with dogs? That'd be interesting to throw in there.
Mm-hmm.
Piss off PETA.
Oh yeah.
Do something like that. And then if I'm the guy who's making Goosebumps and I did that, I was like, hey, what about Neil Druckmann? Ah, we did. Yeah, go after him. He hurt dogs.
Yes. He hurt dogs, killed his ass.
I would just say that just for the heck of it. Oh man, but there's so much they could do with just that concept alone. Wow, just thinking about it is actually interesting. An adult version. As an adult today, I could think of so many stuff that would be interesting just from the Goosebumps world.
Damn neck.
What of the recent times have there been any horror movies that impressed you? Soma, where they
Only
used
the old ones.
no.
Only the old
I
ones.
said I gave Annabelle credit because they used that creepy porcelain doll in a way that was very real, not real but relatable. Has there been any movies that you can relate to where they use something new?
No,
Alright.
it's all old effects.
No, I was gonna ask Soma. Has there been any movies like within the Annabelle Tower where they use something to their advantage that's relatable?
I really don't know because I didn't catch up. I didn't dig into the animal into that. To that.
No, I'm just using it as an example. Something that you've enjoyed at least one modern horror movie have you enjoyed?
I didn't see no. I got not one.
Okay, what do you hope they do with the new Candyman? There's a good thing right there. What do you want them to put in there?
Oh,
Because they're changing the lore. They're changing the lore of how
They're
he was
changing.
killed.
Look, that right there. That did yes.
That's interesting. I'm interested to see where. That's
Look,
interesting.
I'm so interested because they did not stuck to the original Candyman formula.
The only thing they
did their
kept
own formula.
was the way to summon him. That's it. And I'm fine with that. If you keep,
I am super fine enough that it's to be kept like something that say, okay, this is Candyman. This is how you can fucking summon him. You gotta
and
have
that's it.
Candyman
Everything else
3
is
times.
original.
Everything else is different. Everything else is different.
And that looks interesting. To me, that appeals to me
That
because I'm like, wait, you're going a
It's
whole new direction, but
interesting
you're just
because it's a
keeping.
single fact to me that it's convincing me. It's literally convinced me. Well, I'm already is convinced to go ahead and watch the motherfucker when it come out personally, and see how this going ahead and blow the fuck out.
And plus, I don't think they're taking anything from the older universe at all. They're going all original thing except the summoning thing, like I said.
Of course.
I mean, sorry, you have to keep saying your name in the window a couple times because that's just iconic Candyman. If you just keep
Of
that
course, you
summoning
gotta
thing in
have
there,
to say in there 3 times. You gotta say his name 3 times in order to summon his ass. They kept the original. They kept that.
and that's all you
Right.
need to keep. That's
That's
all
all.
you need to.
That's all you need. That's all you fucking need. They kept that. They kept that, and it kept how how Candyman has been wrongful for a crime that he did not commit.
Yep.
They also kept that bullshit. Now that's only two things they kept. They kept the order of how Candyman became and how to summon him. That's the two things they kept. That's the reason.
That's good. That's good because an older audience like me, we're gonna go, oh, you know, like you just said, you're putting everything new, but the summoning is the same, and he was wrongfully accused. I'd be all for it.
I'll be like serious when I saw the trailer like a couple of weeks ago and see how what they're doing this. I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch this shit. They're doing it brand new, but they kept two motherfucking goddamn things. They kept his original story and kept the summon.
And they changed the origin just a little. They changed it to fit modern times.
They changed the order. Yeah,
but they made the one core. So they kept the one thing they kept intact, which was a brilliant idea, was he was wrongfully accused, which is what you need to do. So on and I've seen the mud, but they typically kept it say, oh, he was wrongly accused because he didn't did the crime. Somebody else did the crime. Everybody typically blaming him for what he too busy doing with the kids, doing with the children, with the red blades and the candy mess. Everybody blame him. Cop to beat him, torture and kill him right there on the spot. But he be running the cruise. So that's before, and anybody be running the cruise, what's gonna happen? You're gonna have a vengeful spirit gonna be on your motherfucking ass. Oh yeah.
Which that's what's gonna happen.
So
oh, go ahead.
See you around 7. All right.
All right. Have fun, Libra.
All right, man.
But one must say, that is an interesting thing that they did.
Yes, indeed. Because of the single goddamn fact that they kept it like the way they need to be kept with. They're done brand new, but they kept certain pieces in that for us boomers could know, like, okay, this is how it is in mud. But to be honest, when I'm gonna see this mud lover, I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna get my straight opinion on the whole goddamn mud. Cause that shit right there, I can stick my teeth in it. Because it's in range. It's in my area of specialties. Just like, bitch, you need to watch this. It's my right as a boomer to watch this shit.
It looks like they're kind of doing what I mentioned with the remake of the Jason movie a while back. Remember how they kept almost everything, but they threw in all those changes throughout there, but they kept how they killed everything intact?
Yes. That I do know, but I'm still gonna watch that goddamn.
No, I said they're going with that way of
they're
filming.
going that route. They're going to that route.
Let's keep the core contact insane, but everything else new.
Yes. Because it'd be more easy. It would be more easy to do it without not doing the most on your end.
Also, review bombers, you better not review bomb that. You better let a bunch of people see that before you review bomb it.
You motherfucking damn right, because it'd be wise enough that everybody would see Candyman, see the new Candyman, and voice your own opinions. If you like it, you like it. If you're not, you're not. There's nothing wrong to voice your own opinions about the movie. Everybody got the right to speak by verses. So, speak about it. Speak on the matters. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. But don't bomb the fucking video. Don't bomb the goddamn new Candyman until everybody gets a chance to see this something, bitch.
What would you say if movie reviewers had a gag order now? In today's society, they had a gag order. Like, nope, you cannot release a review of this movie for at least 4 days. Like, they're doing like a 4-day grace period. to let people go see it. They cannot like pop out a review, or you know what I mean. Rotten Tomatoes cannot dump their opinions for at least like a 2-3 day period. You know what I mean?
Make let's say how about like 1 week you can't have the view this motherfucking shit, so or maybe like 1 year.
No, I was referring to like when it's coming out. Like, you know, they get it like when they like, you know how people like they put like the Rotten Tomatoes thing, like they get a gag order, like they can't say anything about the film for like, you know, 48 hours, like the first 24 or 48 hours, and then they can, because that gives audiences time to get to the freaking theater, and you have no information on it.
Yeah, like with me, like I could. This is what me and my friend has done back in the day, because we have a theory rule. I create a little bit of theory rule in my hometown that like any movie has been come out, we can't say shit for 24 hours. We did a 24-hour rule on our end.
Yeah.
Like when the first Terminator came out, we didn't say nothing for 24 hours. To me, I didn't say nothing for a whole month. But
I'd say 24, 48 hours, nobody, even if you got early access, you can't say nothing.
Here's the thing, I got early access because of I know the manager, I know the boss of the movie theaters. And I told Tom, I said, you know what, if I see this early access before anybody else, I'm not going to say nothing in 24 hours. I'm going to let you know right now, because I want these folks to come in here and see for their fucking goddamn self. And I did the same thing with action movies and other different types of movie genres. I didn't say nothing for 24 hours.
I'll tell you one thing, even if I did that, there'd only be one thing I'd say to one person when it came to Goosebumps. I'd go, Slappy. That's it. That's all I'd say. That's all I'd say. I'm not saying anything more. Slappy. That's it.
But I only get one hint. If I told that movie owner, I told the person who's the owner of the movie theater, I only gonna give them one motherfucking hint, and they can't get that shit, I ain't gonna say anymore.
You don't even need to say nothing about the plot. It could be out of context. It doesn't even be death. It could be like, oh,
I do
well,
say
you got
stuff
your
out
news.
of context.
That's what I meant.
I always do say stuff out of context, but they only get one out of context freebie from me, and that's it.
And I would love it if reviewers had that gag order. You know what I mean? I know video game people do it, but movie reviewers, like movie theater people, gag orders from people like Rotten Tomatoes. It gives some movies that are actually good a chance.
Like I do this shit. I done it before. When here's the thing, I got early access. When it came out in theaters, I'm the first one was in this motherfucker before the doors opened up. Before the damn doors opened up. That's why I said, why were then everybody who know me like, oh shit, Mama's in there. So he about to go in here and gonna give us a hint. Cause everybody knows like I'm gonna give you one free hint and that's it. That's it.
And that makes it more appealing to people, in my opinion. If someone said, like I said, I don't know anything of that, and you said Slappy for Goosebumps, I'd be like, and you said, I can't say nothing more, I'm gonna go, damn it, no, I gotta see it, you know?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like I say, I be in the movie theaters, and I know the owner of the movie theaters. I help him out. I do help him out, and his staff members out. Like when the first Terminator movie, I literally helped him out in a huge way, because it was a huge ass turnout, because everybody was buying their tickets in advance to watch the damn movie. So they did not realize that I'm already in the theaters.
Oh, here's a good thing about theaters, since we're on the topic. What do you think of the fact that drive-outs are coming back?
Bring that bitch back, baby. I miss that shit.
That in the States, if you notice, a lot of outdoor theaters are coming back, where you park your truck in the back and you watch the movie with a speaker going.
Yes.
Those have been making a resurgence, and I, for one, I went to one just a few, last year during the thing. I enjoyed the living hell out of it. Got me a pizza, giant piece of Pizza Hut, didn't have to worry about the freaking teller looking at me.
Look, bro, here's the thing, I love those mother lovers. I did here's two things I have did, because back in my hometown we had like two different types of movie theaters. You got your regular one and your drive-in through. The crazy thing about it is owned by the same damn person. It's owned by the same fucking damn person. And bitch, I help the damn person out. It's like, oh, I need some help. Oh, can you review this on inside the movie theater? Can you go to my director and view this for me? And I viewed this motherfucking shit. And he always telling me what my odds is. What is my odds of revenue? I say, to be honest, I'm gonna give you a 50-50 chance on this one. It's gonna be a half chance. This might gonna be making you some bankroll. I'm not gonna make a bankroll, but let's see what the figures look like, bro. Let's see what the figures look like in the next 2 or 3 months.
So what's your favorite experience? Which one do you like more in today's climate? The outdoor one, where you can just sit in your car, even if it's raining, and see the dang thing and eat your food, or the indoor one?
I like both. To be honest, I like both because I grew up on both of them.
No, but what you prefer, currently, right now, how old you are? Personally, I like the outdoor but I still have great memories of the indoor. Outdoor because I don't have to worry about today's people looking at me like I'm crazy carrying a McDonald's bag in there.
I could do outdoors. I could do indoors. It's depending on it's just depending on my mood.
Yeah, it depends on the mood.
It just depends on my mood. If I feel like I'm going to outdoors, want to look at me an outdoor movie in my damn truck, I would do that. I do an outdoor movie theater. If I want to go ahead and go in there with me some money and give me a VIP room and watch the motherfucker, I would do that shit inside movie theaters. I would do that. It just depends on my mood.
I must say, I'd say chat everyone enjoyed our opinions of this because of what modern cinema is missing. Oh man, it has been a very interesting stream too. Because man, I gotta say I agree with you on a lot of things, Selma, when it comes to theaters in general. And this is just horror.
Yes.
We never touched action or anything. Horror in general is very interesting just to talk about because it's just been oversaturated and messed with so much more than other things.
Of course, it's just.
But I do like the fact you agree that they need to add new blood to the freaking
bring new
actors.
peoples into the game and make this shit better.
Or not even better, just new actors in general. I'm tired of seeing like Tom Hanks or everyone.
Like I said, they just need. Like I told you to say, bro, they just need to bring new peoples.
Yep.
Like if I say bring new blood, I mean bring literally new blood. I mean like the full goddamn. For the whole, let's go with the full whole 9 yards situation and see how that shit rolls.
Oh,
damn.
And the only thing old blood you need to keep is your producer, the guy who gives you the money. Everything else, leave him alone.
Everything, yeah. The person who paying you, leave him the fuck alone. Rest of them, you can get brand new. Do not take out the person who paying your paycheck, okay?
Yeah, you need your funder.
You need your founder. You need your sponsor, the one who's sponsoring your ass with the cash.
I don't care if you Michael Bay, any of the big ones that we know of. If they can fund these people, let them bring in the new actors. And here's the thing: even if it bombs, you could have literally a Fight Club situation on your hands. Or 2 years later, or what is it, Princess Bride? 2 years later,
Princess Bride.
But you know what I mean?
Of course.
They're gonna have that years later. People or the Judge Dredd movie. Which I know got.
Yes.
That got that bombed so bad, but that was review bombing again. But you could, in turn, years later, you'll make triple the money.
You're gonna make your revenue. Look, versus you gonna make your motherfucking revenue back 10 times full. Don't care enough that somebody gonna bomb that shit. But at the end of the day, let that shit brew. Let that shit brew. You're gonna get your money back. You get your payoff behind that bullshit.
Don't think they still get a cut of it in streamings. Unlike all of that, even if you put it on like something like Hulu, you'll still get your cut back years later. And then people word of mouth coming, all of a sudden they'll be blowing up. People might be trying to find a physical copy of it or something.
Of course, because of the single goddamn fact that you get the chance to see the goddamn mug. But still, by versions, you can make your fucking revenue. Don't care. It's really not goddamn caring about, I made this, I did that. As long as
You put
As
your all
Hulu?
into making the film, and you actually didn't listen
I'm
to
gonna tell you
nobody.
this: as long as Hulu and goddamn Netflix still fucking goddamn exist on this motherfucking earth, bitch, you gonna make your money, ho. You gonna make your money. You gonna make your money back, motherfucker. Just put it on one of those goddamn platforms. I swear to Jesus, you gonna make your money back.
I think that's what pissed off theaters during the lockdowns because companies tried that trick and it worked. They got their money back tenfold. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
It
I
may have
remember that.
killed the movie theaters, but all
It
of a
might
sudden,
kill the movie theaters, but the movie companies gotta have to make a fucking sacrifice. How the world we're still gonna make movies and people cannot go to movie theaters because of the pandemic? Okay, let's go ahead and go on Hulu, or let's go ahead and go on Netflix. Trying to see if we could go ahead and put a movie on that right there, so the people can watch this mother at home while I'm not trying to go to the movie theaters and trying to go to other movies, trying to go to movie theaters or drive in movie theaters to go ahead and see it. They can see it and come from right at home. Now, movie companies have to make sacrifice. I do understand about that. So as companies and other shit have to make their sacrifice to go ahead and keep their companies or keep their companies or the industry alive. Now, if your industry died, all hell breaks loose. That's the last thing you don't want.
Yep.
Movie industries dying. You don't want no car industries or any other industry die, because you're gonna be lacking of the economy itself and lacking other things that we human beings needs. So you do that, you gotta kind of try to. It's like this: if you do not want a fucking what is that move? If you don't want if you don't want to have a purse forever bullshit happen to you, I will advise y'all motherfuckers. I will advise everybody to making sure that enough you keep people very happy and very pleased as much as possible. And the last thing we don't want is anarchy to be breaking out.
Here's a good question. What do you think of Tubi? For the place that the app Tubi, where most indie films have gone to. Have you noticed that a lot of indie films have been blowing up on that thing? What do you think of the fact that that was created mainly for, I think, indie developers? You think that was a good thing?
It is a good thing because they will go ahead and get there more opportunities and more benefits from this for their tales to go ahead and do their movies. NBC views, people would do their movies without not having to be fearful or trying to be scared on trying to put their movies out there. And yes, they do blow the fuck up. I will agree, they blow the hell up. So kudos on the person who done that shit.
Because
now,
I think it was actually a pretty good idea to capitalize on. You created basically a digital streaming service for indies, and it's just like, dude, come here. Like, I don't care if it's bad or not. I know I'm going to have an audience for bad films, and you're going to also, I don't care, you're not going to get restricted like you would if you put it in the mainstream theaters.
Of course, because main theaters will have their rules and regulations. With them, they give me the 3 fucks. They just want your ass. Come over our side, do what the fuck you goddamn do. I'm gonna make money and you gonna make money. We good.
I mean, the time I've checked out Tubi, the few times I've seen it, there have been a lot of movies that like went back to the roots of what we were talking about, horror movies, and these have to be what are things of people that were like rejected by studios because they make something that's like, whoa, didn't think of that. A lot. Of course. But here's one thing I forgot to mention about The Incredibles. That's one thing I forgot. Okay. It just came to me. Did you know the guy actually said because they were taking a risk, he goes, fine, I want you to give me all the black sheep. All the guys you turned away and said no to work on this project. He actually told the studio that, I want everybody that you've ever turned away. All your other projects. And that's also what blew up.
Of course, because the single fact that somebody's losing their fucking brain cells. That's what the fuck that is. Somebody literally losing the damn brain cells for once and having a damn master the idea of, you know what? All the motherfuckers you turn down, give them motherfuckers to me. I'm gonna make this shit work. Fuck this shit. Y'all are too fucking scared. Y'all is too scared with your damn goddamn panties up your ass cheeks to goddamn taking goddamn risk. So fuck it. I'm gonna man up and I'm gonna take the fucking damn risk. Anything that happens is gonna be my motherfucking damn responsibility. Fuck it. Chew. Which people, when the movie industry need to do, man the fuck up, get them tampons out your ass cheeks, and goddamn do what you need to do, without not trying to be a goddamn scary ass pussy ass bitch.
But trying to appease to a small section audience, which I'll just call the woke audience, that's a very small section, and appease to actual people who bother to pay to go see the movie.
Of course.
People, that audience does not pay to go to the theaters, I'll tell you that much.
Yes.
Why you have people like me who are disenfranchised to movie theaters because of that stupid audience you listen to.
Of course. Only thing they're losing is revenue. They're not really not thinking of what kind of consequences they will end up gonna be making on their own end. Which I'm gonna bring this up. Cause these movie industries do not know, don't give a fuck how much money you fucking got and how much money you motherfucking make. It is so fucking down to the decision on how this shit is gonna make it or break a situation. Because it's this. Make yourself a movie, get the people that you need to get in, stop being afraid, take these major damn risks, roll these motherfucking dice. Is it in on Snake Eyes? Is it on Snake Eyes? Is it end up all double six on your motherfucking ass? You good to fucking goddamn go. Don't never be afraid to step outside the fucking damn box. Step outside the damn box and see what this shit goes for you. The shit pan out for you, it pan out for you.
I would love it if the movie industry started slapping a budget limit on even the filmmakers.
Yes, that's another thing they need to do. I will agree 100% on that as well. Slap these motherfuckers, give these bastards a budget limitation on these motherfucking movies. Don't get them these multi-million-dollar goddamn budgets and not gonna cut out. Limited their damn budget just like any other motherfuckers.
And if someone's audience says, why would they do that? It makes the person making the movie have to think outside the box. They're like, oh crap, well, we can't use CGI. Well, let's go back to practicality. Well, I can't afford it. Well, let's use this practical instead. And they invent new technology for the movie industry that way.
Because if you get them big money, they're gonna stick to their old ways. You shrink down the goddamn money, they're gonna have to take new ways.
And then they have to get creative, which is what you should do.
Thank you. Yes, because they gotta have to do some brain cells. They can't take those damn shortcuts.
Which is why Tubi actually is pretty funny, because all those indie developers have to use their brain cells to figure out how to make something.
Of course, and these big industries are not, because they're big ass budget. But shrink their budget down, they're gonna have to use all of their brain cells to go ahead and come out how we're gonna make this shit work on a small million budget. To be honest, look, I'm gonna be honest with this. Get somebody a small to medium budget on any other movie and see how this shit gonna go down for you. Like serious. Yeah, I'm being serious.
I know.
Get them hoes.
That's why I had a small chuckle.
Yeah.
Make them suffer like most of the Indian people.
Like, get them hoes a small to medium budget. To never get them a big ass fucking budget. Get them a small medium budget and let them motherfucking feel the fucking how they really motherfucking feel. To make a legit fucking movie on a short to medium budget.
You wanna know what's even more funnier? That means actors will stop. Actors, like big actors, will have to stop demanding big money, because then they will be forced to work for low money, and that'll make more opportunities
Only
because then
thing,
they can't just get away with hiring Keanu Reeves. Sorry, Keanu Reeves, I'm
Look.
throwing the bus, but I'm just using you as an example. We can't just rely strictly on Keanu for service now. If we don't have the
Everything.
money to hire him, he has to barter
here's
to.
the thing. Here's the other thing. To low, I'm gonna bring you, like low to medium budget. It bring more to the table than having these high ass budgets. Cause you having these high budgets, the only thing you're gonna do is try to find the best fucking actors and try and do all the shortcuts. That low and medium ones, you can't do no shortcuts because you limited of your money.
You lower your,
Now,
well, not lower your.
You know your chance, huh?
You basically take out the what they've been relying on crutches for so long.
Thank you. Take that shit off of their asses. Take what they was entitled. Take the entitlement off their asses. Take the high horse off their asses. Let's see what they can do. Okay? Let's see what the fuck they do. I would love to see that shit. I would love to see that.
Now that would mean you would have to hire some older actors who'd be willing to work for cheap, because you know they weren't offered anything before, because you know they weren't charged anything, or they were thought nothing of as has-beens. They're gonna go straight to them and be like, oh yeah, we'll work for you for 10 grand. Here.
Of course, because you put into the small to medium budget range, you can get more opportunities and more benefits behind this crap than a big motherfucker. You getting these big motherfucking budgets, you gonna get out here you're gonna be stuck in what we call the cycle. If you could break a cycle, you could go ahead and create something brand new. But if you continue sticking in your old cycle and your old goddamn routine, you ain't gonna get no motherfucking nowhere.
You go stagnant. And that's what the movie industry is suffering from, which I honestly think Tubi for fixing that problem. Allow newer people to at least get a chance, and indie movies to at least get the traction. Because if there's one thing indies have done, it's create more interest in like people actually wanting to get certain apps like that. Like, what? Something good for once? Well, let me go check that. That's free, but you know what I mean?
Like, to be directly honest, half the people for the any industry comes to the movie industry.
Oh,
like,
but you know, I think they learned their lesson.
Hand in hand.
They go to I think those people in the Indian films actually go to the current theaters to see what the heck the people are doing wrong. That way they can make sure they don't do it.
Of course, that's me. I'm gonna learn from their goddamn fucking mistakes.
Because they apparently ain't learning. Well, you know what? I'm gonna show them that we can learn.
We could do better than you. Only thing they're doing is research on their own goddamn selves. It's like, I could do a better fucking movie than this.
The audience doesn't like the fact that you use this in it, and they don't like this method. So I'm gonna apply a newer method.
Of course. Only thing they're doing is taking notes. They're taking fucking notes. They're taking main notes down, main keys notes down, and they're gonna bring it to them. They're gonna end up going to back to where they go and do this shit brand fucking spanking new, and making their big industry look like a jackass.
Which, quite frankly, I'm glad that Tubi existed, because it's literally making the movie industry their bitch. Shameless plug to Tubi, because if you want some movies that think outside the box, and yeah, if you don't mind watching bad, whatever, it's not going to be in high quality, but you want a good movie to watch to click your brain off, horror or any other genre, go there, because I've seen some new concepts. I'm like, why won't you use this? I've even thought of it.
Like, because in the other people's, okay, you got industry A and industry B. Industry B is doing way better than industry A, movie industry A. Because it's a thing of the fact that industry B is doing what they need to goddamn do, and not gonna be a fuck up to movie industry A category.
And another thing that's interesting on industry B is they're going back, not old school like, you know, nostalgia. No, they're going back to old school filming methods. Like, use your hand, use practicality effects. It may not look good, we can't afford it, but this practicality, we can keep improving this technique through practical means.
Meaning that they're going back to the old ways. They're going back to the old industry ways that has been lost from years because the new industry is not going back to the old ways.
Let me tell you, I can give you a movie that's a big budget movie, but was relied on mostly practical effects. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
Yes.
There are very little CGI methods in that movie, other than the duplication trick. All of it was mostly practical.
I will agree on you on the Lords on the Rings of Two Towers because I watched that.
Or look at King Arthur.
Oh, that too.
That's just making that. They were mostly all practical. Or Kingdom of Heaven. Again,
yes.
Practical. They've aged great. They look still today. For example, Kingdom of Heaven looks like something you would see in a today high-budget film because of the practicality.
It's aged like wine.
There's a reason why people even still praise the older Star Wars, because some of them aged well because they were using new designs and new practical effects. And I've always
said... It's called aged with wine, baby. It's aged great with wine. It's this. It's like this. If something is still if somebody still love it to this damn day, that stands for that motherfucker did work on their end. Industry B put a lot of groundwork than Industry A itself.
They're laying a lot of groundwork.
So if Industry A that's finally say, you know what, Industry B is doing so much, why can't we just get them to come work with us? Let's have a fucking goddamn contract with them. Let them work with us. And just co-assist. And not has to be apart. Just co-assist fucking together, you gonna make some shit. You was gonna make you some bangers. You gonna make you some banging ass movies and gonna sell like fucking hotcakes. Why you should, it's like this. Why should you have a wall in the middle of each other? They're doing your own goddamn thing. Just break down the fucking wall, bro. And y'all co-assist together. You co-assist together, you gonna make you some money, bro. When that day happen, I don't want to be there. I'm not gonna be as fuck, but I want to be there when that happens.
Yeah, it's gonna be
It's gonna be history changing.
But you want to know something funny? This involves George Lucas as well. Just going back to older. Did you know that he basically almost died making the first Star Wars movie, and he actually was sitting on a beach thinking it was gonna flunk.
Oh,
and he gets the call from the movie gear and he goes, "What?" He's like, because he's half dead, and just trying to recover. And he's like, George, we have a problem. Well, we have a good news, but it might be a problem. What? Your movie's blowing up. Huh?
Oh God.
He's like, what? I was thinking it might flop.
Look. It's just, here's the thing is, you would never, it is a old ways, hold on, I'm gonna say something in my Alabama ways, which is true. You would never know what life gives you. You would never know what life's gonna give you. You don't never know what kind of blessings that's gonna give you above. Of course, the shit gonna blow the fuck up. Well, you should be thinking of it like, oh shit, this shit is not gonna work. But you would never know what the heavens bless you. And the heavens bless you like, okay, it's blowed up. Like, what the fuck? Like, you were not gonna know what's gonna happen down the road. So you be chilling and shit, and next thing you know, you get called with instruments that, the Star Wars blowing up, bro. You got such and such figures coming in. How much tickets has been sold and shit and junk? Of course. Because some movies will pay off good. Too good.
Yep. And you never know until you actually just take a shot in the dark.
I mean, take a risk. Like, take a major risk. Take the leap of faith. Take the leap of faith and see what you get. Shit. You might land, or you might land safely, or might break every last bone of your body. 50-50 chance. A 50-50 chance drop. To be directly honest. But yeah, the shit blow the fuck up. Shit blow up. You good to goddamn go. This is why Star Wars franchise is still this is why some of these franchises are still bumping, because of the fact that
they took risk. I used Pixar as an example. They learned that making it PG and applying it for an older audience works as well.
Like, if you learn the formula, if you learn what works for you, you can use that shit to your advantage. But
and that's
some
what Industry A
don't realize.
That's what Industry A has forgotten, but Industry B is starting to perfect. They're not perfecting, they want to keep it imperfect, but because they want to keep learning.
Yes.
I mean, they learned a little bit from the past. They took some stuff from the past, but they're also putting in stuff in the modern era.
Of course.
Because they all know, well, we can't take everything old, but we can at least use some older techniques.
All the thing Industry B is doing is calling research and development and changing, doing something brand new with the formula that has never been done before. Doing something that has never been done before. Where Industry A is still stuck to the old ways. Industry B is not stuck all the way to the old ways, because they want to go into another route of doing their movies and everything. So this is why Industry B have an advantage over Industry A, because they're bringing new shit to the table. They're bringing new stuff to the table, and it's definitely getting Industry A a run for the fucking damn money. Let's be honest.
It's giving them a massive run for the money.
They're giving them a fucking run for the fucking goddamn money. Because of the way of Industry B is making this money, it's whooping the Industry A all the way to the fucking ground. To the damn point of it ain't funny any damn more. Like, Industry B is whooping Industry ass to the fucking point that Industry B is more as a hierarchy than Industry A now.
I can give you a perfect example. I just looked at the 3 Busan series, the Busan zombie movies. I'm like, how the hell did they pull off a better zombie flick and lore and everything than the freaking American thing? I was like, oh wait, they worked about the strengths basically.
Of course.
I was like, they took a concept and took all the old methods and made them good.
Of course. It's simple. It's like, oh shit, I did this, I did that. Like, it's very simple enough to go ahead and do what you must need to do. But there's another way you can do things, but you can't not be afraid, you cannot be scared on doing certain things. Because you're, how I like to say, you enable yourself for doing certain things to your movies, because of the fact that I'm too scared enough that this shit might gonna pan out or not.
And as I used the Dread analogy earlier, even if it bombs, word of mouth like Princess Bride, years later will make it pay off big.
Of course.
And then they're gonna come to that guy who made it. Oh, hey, can you make a movie? What? My movie? No. Look what's going on today. Huh? That's what will happen.
Like, here's the thing. Never be afraid on doing what you want to do in life. You be afraid, you're not gonna get no motherfucking where. What is the point of being afraid on taking a major risk? I take risks.
I can tell you one way of risk. Me doing these certain history lessons is a risk in itself, but I'm willing to take because I find them funny to talk about. Stuff like this, which, it's not diving into anything extreme, but they're also funny subjects. Like, who wants to talk about how bad the horror industry is today? 2 people afraid to talk about that because they're afraid they're going to come after it. And or get multiple opinions. You'll usually hear one guy's opinion. I get multiple opinions, like for you, Soma, Conundrum. It makes it entertaining. And I've actually had people that I know who aren't so they go, dude, I looked at that, you all had great points because it was multiple points of view. And that's one thing. And they're always like, and like taking risk does that. It may be risky, but it benefits, believe it or not, in the long run. Even stuff on YouTube
In
like
other
this.
words, you could, if it don't pan out, you can learn from this shit. You could learn from your downfall.
Yeah, you can learn a lot of things.
You can learn from your downfall because of the single fact that you can learn from your downfalls, and you also can do what you need to do at the exact same time and learn from this crap. Because it's nothing wrong with, I'm gonna everybody, it's nothing not wrong with nothing. You take major risks in life. Life is risky each and every day. If you don't take them risks, you're not gonna learn. You're not gonna learn from it. Risk takers learn shit. People who don't take risks don't learn shit.
Oh yeah, I could say several things that I've learned in just the past few years by just taking massive risks, even in real IRL. Even in job society, like risking saying something has paid off long run than anything.
Same here.
And just never be afraid to take a risk. You might get burned or say like this series flops or something, but at the end of the day, it might come back and be it's also a good learning experience too. You also can get really good feedback to a degree.
Of course, cause that's the main thing you need. You need honest feedback. If you get honest feedback, you can work with the feedback. You can go ahead and see what the folks to be want. Like, oh, I want this. Oh, this is why to be this is my opinion for your movies and such and such and such. You can learn from that shit. Damn, video games industry is learning from this crap. Learning from feedback, folks to be getting feedbacks and suggestions. The fuck? So they can make the shit better. Fuck. Y'all can do the same thing with the movie industries. It's nothing not wrong. It's nothing not wrong to make a video. It is not wrong enough to do a movie. Make a movie, put it on theaters, and let these folks get their voice of fucking opinion. It's nothing not wrong with that. If they give you feedback and goddamn suggestions, take this shit. Take this shit as a motherfucking damn blessing. And learn from this crap. So, next time you do a movie, at least you know what your downfalls, and you can goddamn correct your downfalls. Because it's nothing but straight up logic. It's straight up logic. Because it's easy to do this. That's if a person's mindset is not fucked up and be stuck in the old ways. If the mind frame is not fucked up and not stuck in the old ways, they're good to go. But other than that, the mind frame be stuck in the old ways, they're screwed. Now, the mind frame is not stuck in the old ways, they're not gonna be screwed because they're gonna think outside the box and go ahead and see what's gonna work for their asses. And this is how you get your motherfucking payoff off of this crap. Because I'm not scared enough to go ahead and take a massive risk. Or
I can tell you a good analogy. It's like for Blackjack 21. You take a massive risk if you're at 19 and you want to take that hit. You have a very high chance of flopping, busting.
Yep. Yes. Yeah, we could go in the casino. We could go into the casino situation like that. That's a good analogy. That's a good ass fucking analogy. Thank you for that. Thank you for bringing that shit up.
I mean, yeah, the high chance of busting at 19 or 18 is really high in Blackjack 21, but you won't know if you could get that jackpot money if you don't take that risk. Even if the win ratio is possibly like 2%, there's that 2% chance that just might pay off. And it's always worth the risk. Now, I'm not always going to go on it when I know if I guarantee to win at 19, I won't do it. But if I won't risk it and I have the money to throw away, yeah, I'll risk it.
It's always the 50-50 chance shot that you're going to win this year or you might going to lose this. But it is your decision on should I go ahead and run the dice. If I want to go ahead and run the dice with these shit. Just like if you like doing roulette. Like I'm gonna go with the roulette situation on my end.
Go right ahead. I used 21 because I played blackjack 21 with friends.
I typically go relax on my end.
Okay.
It depends on. It's just depend on what number. It's just depend on the number that you put your chips down, and where that ball is going to land. If that ball land on your number, you good to goddamn go. Just like that's for black, that's gonna be for relax. Now with craps, now them good old fashioned craps, those with the dice are gonna come in involvement. You better pray. You better pray to the gambling gods and goddesses that your rolls on point. Because if not, you're fuck. Because like, I mean, everything's a risk. You taking massive risk. Everything's a risk. You're taking the risk for which way you going. Don't care enough like, oh, I'm going ahead and do this. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You're going to take a risk. Life is risky as fuck. So, if you too busy afraid enough to go ahead and go out the comfort zone and take this risk, then something missing wrong with you. Something missing is wrong with you in the wrong way is possible.
Hell, me making a stream on why horror movies are bad today is a risk, but hell, I want to risk it because I want to see what everyone thinks. And the feedback, possibly. Now, I'm not trying to stroke my own ego, I'm just using certain, you know, things I know.
First of all, Keo, you never one of them ego type. I never see you as an ego type of person at all. But there is the other side of you. You know what? I'm gonna be blunt. Let me go ahead and be blunt. Kia, you know why look, I'm gonna say this. All because of Conundrum. Because of Conundrum has got me to having you and get the chance to meet you and the other crew. Y'all got some rare personalities that I love the shit out of.
Hey, it was mainly, I think it has to do with all of us how we were raised. I mean, I think John said it best. Clearly, you never were whipped as a child. You were doing wrong. I know I was.
Oh, I sang here with the switches, baby. Woo.
I didn't have the one where my mom did, which is the one that I laughed today at, was where her dad said, I need to go get a switch. Go grab one outside. Nope, that's too big. It needs to be smaller. Hated grip. They made her pick the one the size.
Hold on, bro. Do you ever got some wax chain switches tied up together, dude?
Ouch.
Yeah, that's oldies. Yeah. Woo! Any place gotta be inside hot water and have to soak in that shit. Yes, that's brutal.
Yep. Any parent that follows this, another thing parents should. If your son doesn't want to get up to go to school in the morning, get yourself the ice of a metal bucket. Put the ice that's in the refrigerator, fill it up with the cold water that's outside in the winter or whatever, and then throw it on your son's bed. You're gonna scream like a little girl, and I guarantee you, I know personally, my dad did that.
Bro,
I got my.
Bro, Look, the reason, I get up school each and every day because I don't want to see that damn belt lurking above my head.
I learned I didn't want. Also, we learned do not take long hot showers because basically what my dad did to my brother was hilarious. I've told it to several people. Basically, my brother was in order to take it. He's like, I don't want you taking hot water. So one day he went up there and I was looking there, and he opened up the side of the wall, and I'm like, huh? Because it was an open door thing, and it would never open. So we just cut like the fabric there. He went in there and closed the hot water valve off.
Ooh.
To the hot water tank to the shower, and I've never heard my brother scream bloody murder in that one time. He's like, what the heck? And he's coming out with soap on, and he's just shaking, and then Dad's like, nope. Yeah, he's like, I got work. He's like, go ahead, you're gonna have to take a cold. I'm not clicking back on this. Turn this water heater back on.
Hell, see, that's what you call old school parenting at your best. That's old school.
And they worked well. Well, I'm gonna end it because we're almost at 2 hours. Got any closing statements, Soma, on the movie industry? Other than saying, movie industry, learn from movie industry B. That's my statement.
Hold on, say that one more time. I'm just trying to make sure I heard you right.
Movie industry. Learn from movie industry B.
Yes. If movie A could learn from movie industry B, then that could movie industry A can finally make some great ass fucking to masterpiece movies. Just let movie industry B to come to movie A and help you motherfuckers out.
And don't be afraid to take the hit, or in your case, was it for roulette? Take the roll?
Yes. Look, if you have put your fucking chips on the number that you want.
And put your cards down and hope you get it.
And let that damn white ball roll on that roulette table. And pray like Hail Mary to land on your fucking numbers.
Well, that's it for this history lesson on why horror movies are bad today. I hope to see y'all soon, and hopefully you learned a lot from Soma here, because Lord help me, I learned a lot too. Until next time, see ya.